Okay guys, so what we got here is two Australian strip loin roasts. Gonna cut our own strip steaks. You could call it New York strip, Kansas City strip. That's what we're gonna do. So trying to save money, keep our carnivore diet going. So important to get good red meat intake, right? So what we paid at our local macro here in Thailand, which is kind of like a Costco or a Sam's Club, a wholesale type place, is 2,174.75 baht, and you can see it's 4.954 kilos. So right at 5 kilos, we'll round that up and do the conversion. 439 baht per kilo, and we'll convert that into dollars and pounds for those of you watching from the United States. And this is a Australian grass-fed. It's not a grain-fed, so it's not the highest premium Aussie beef you could buy. They do have the grain-fed Aussie beef here in Thailand, but the grass-fed is good enough. So I've been eating a lot of steaks. I buy Thai Angus beef, which is really good. It's affordable. They work out about $3 per steak. You know, they're not real big, but you know, they're vacuum sealed, works really good. But I really wanted to start trying some Aussie steaks. And if you buy the pre-cut ribeyes or strips, pretty expensive, right? Individual steaks. But buying the roast like this and cutting our own steaks is going to save us money. And hopefully we'll end up with some great quality KC strip steaks. They are nice and ice cold, so got them opened up here. Let's pull them out and see what we got, guys. Not sure how much trimming we'll need to do. It looked like they were pretty well trimmed already. Oh yeah. Looks like they ought to make some pretty good steaks. I don't think I'm going to have to do much trimming at all, guys. We just need to cut them into steaks. See what we get here. Yeah, guys, it looks like to me these have been pretty well trimmed. We got some, decent fat on the skin side, but I'm going to go with it just as they came from macro. So you can see we're a little misshapen here, right? So the first cut may be a little bit odd, but hey, we're not that picky. We're going for nice strip steaks all the way. We're not going to try to get any roast or stir fry or anything. We're just going to try to make some decent steaks. So this first one is going to be off this end. I'm going to try to square it up. Of course, I like a pretty thick steak. Looks like that'd be a good breakfast steak right there. Important to get a good squaring on the first cut here. Not bad, guys. Of course, we'll trim that little chunk off there. So for the first kind of an odd end strip steak, not bad at all. I know this is going to save me money. I like a pretty thick steak, at least 1 inch. There we go. So last thing, I'm just taking this gristle part. I don't want to cut off too much of the actual fat. Fat is flavor, and fat will render. But the gristle, yeah, get that off of there. Not bad, guys. Got them all trimmed up. Like I say, I'm careful to leave as much fat as I can for flavor when I'm cooking, right? I took all the gristle skin off, but even if you leave a little bit of gristle so that you don't remove the fat, I think you're better better off that way. But you definitely want that fat on there for the flavor. Basically, see what we trimmed off here. All right. So I'll process that and give it to the doggies. Okay, guys, before we vacuum seal these things up, we're gonna add a little tenderizer. So this is a salt tenderizer mix. A kosher salt with a few other ingredients. Just going to sprinkle that on there. And what this is going to do is really draw the moisture out of those steaks. And don't worry about it getting too salty. You want that little bit of a brine cure on there. I'm going to add a little bit of my own special steak spices here. But it is nice before you vacuum seal to add a little flavor. That way when you pull these things out of the vacuum bag, you're just ready to grill. Pat toast down a little bit. A little rub on there. But that tenderizing salt is really critical, guys, to get that on there. And don't worry about it being over salty. Kind of hard to over salt red meat. We're just going to flip them all over, and second verse, same as the first. Got them all flipped. Go with our tenderizing brine salt. Very important, guys. And our steak seasonings. Again, we're just going to give these a little rub. And like I say, the convenience of doing this is so that when you pull them out of the vacuum seal bags from the freezer, let them come up to room temperature, you are ready to grill. Or you could put them in cast iron, however you like to cook your steaks. I like mine over charcoal, flame broiled. Well, that's it, guys. We're going to let them set for about 10 minutes, and that salt tenderizing is going to draw some moisture, and we'll be ready to vacuum seal. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, it's been 10 minutes. You can really see the moisture, right? That's that tenderizing coarse salt, guys. Really important. All right, let's vacuum seal. I kind of custom make my own bags out of rolls. I buy the rolls of material and then kind of custom size them to what I'm doing. There we go, guys. Nice and sealed. Beautiful. We shall have to try one out and see how it tastes. Well, there you go, guys. Some nice vacuum sealed Kansas City strips that I cut myself out of the strip loin. We'll break down the cost per steak and everything at the end of the video. I'm going to let these freeze up and pull one of them out later, and we'll cook it up and see how they turned out. Stay tuned. Nothing goes to waste around this house, guys, I guarantee you. We have four-legged children. So all the trimmings from that strip loin, the skin, the fat, chunks of meat, got that all cooked off in the iron skillet. Gonna take all that broth and everything, pour it right into the dog food. Already poured the blood. Yeah, we'll mix all this together and feed the doggies. Stay tuned, we're gonna cook steak. Okay, guys, what I've decided to do on this first cook of these Kansas City strip steaks that I cut from the Aussie strip loin is just used a cast iron skillet that I used earlier to cook the fat and meat for the doggies, right? So it's just got the tallow and stuff in there. Normally I would use butter in a skillet to cook steaks, but I just want to keep the flavor down to nothing but the beef so we can get a good experiment. I have thawed these out. They were vacuum sealed, right? So you're looking at the product that we've already made, cut, sliced, tenderized, seasoned, put in the freezer with the vacuum sealed bags, and now I let them come up to room temperature. So we're just going to sear the first one here. I like it nice and hot. I don't know about you. These aren't the premium cuts. This one's kind of the tail end cut. So I figured if these are good, then the rest of them are going to be even better. All right, turn that down a little bit. Oh yeah. So I figured I'd go ahead and cook 2 of them. Make one for my wife. She likes them more medium to well, and I like medium to medium rare. So rather than add the butter flavor, and I normally use a little fresh rosemary, a couple of sprigs of rosemary when I cook my beef, but I really just want to see how this beef turned out. Sliced, tenderized, seasoned, vacuum sealed, frozen, thawed out, brought to room temperature, and nothing else added. No more salt, no more spices, no more herbs, no butter, just cooked in its own tallow there in a nice iron skillet. All right, let's put it the first time. Breaking loose a little bit. Yep, a little bit. Oh yeah, smells good. Hopefully it'll be a pretty tender steak. That's the goal. But even if it's a little chewy, still cheap when you make your own steaks out of the sirloin roast. See what we got. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So another way you could do this, you could use a wet marinade into your vacuum sealed bags, right? If you wanted to do a wet marinade. That's another option I'll probably try on the next sirloin roast that I slice into steaks. Do some wet marinade with some Worcestershire sauce and salt and pepper and garlic and olive oil, a little soy sauce, right? And make you a nice beef steak marinade and put them in the vacuum sealed bags with the marinade and freeze it like that. So then you can bring out either a dry brine steak, let it thaw, come to room temperature and cook it, or you can do the same thing with bringing out a wet marinated steak. I really like to cook these over charcoal, but I thought for this first experiment, we'll just do the cast iron. I'm going to go ahead and drop my wife's in there. It's a little thinner. She likes hers a little bit more done than I do. My, it smells good. Oh yeah. Alright, cast iron should be. Take a little top. Seal her off. Turn the fire down. So no added juices. Didn't add any Worcestershire sauce. No liquids, no butter. See how she turns out. Fire's off, guys. Ooh. Smells good. Let's let them rest, shall we? Oh. Should be about medium rare. Should be about medium. Well, guys, I let those steaks rest while I was cooking my eggs, and look at all that juice. I don't think we're going to have to worry about a dry steak. That tenderizing salt and the steak spices that I made. Paired it with some over easy eggs. Let's take a look at this first one here. See if we got any tenderness. Not a sharp knife at all. Oh wow. Right on through. How's the chef? Nice. A little dunner than I wanted, but that's okay. That'll help with the tender test. Wow. Pretty dang soft, guys. All that juice. Oh, wow. Guys, that is so tender. Oh my. Wow. Delicious, tender. My first try at cutting my own strip loin roast. Oh, you Aussies. Roast some good cattle. Oh my. Talk about a pair. Steak, juice, and eggs. Who's filling me on that? Breakfast of champions. Wow, guys. Alright. Try the other one that was more of an end piece. Oh, wow. Nice. It's so tender, guys. Look at that. Okay, we gotta have a taste test. Okay, guys. This is the way Namien likes it. Medium. Cooked most of the way. See the salt.
Okay.
Easy to chew. Okay.
One bite นะไม่เอาอีกแล้วพอ
One bite. Easy. Nice. Alright, good enough for me. Okay, guys. You never know how it's going to turn out until you try it. I'm extremely happy with that. I actually cooked mine a little longer and got Yen's a little perfect medium. But, I mean, you could almost... Look at that. Just pull it apart with a fork. I am not exaggerating, guys. That is some tender strips. Oh. Alright, thanks for watching. Peace and love to everybody. Make your own steaks. Save money. Go, go, carnivore.